Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hello. I know it's a later start this evening. Da, da, da. Anyway, all's good. All is well. And I hope that you're well. Are you still with me? Have you persevered and thinking, what's going so it's just been one of those evenings this evening. So there we go. Anyway, I'm here to do some readings for you guys. My name's Emily Baker, spiritual medium, psychic artist, and I'm going to do some readings using my perceptionary cards. There they go. There we are. And lovely, colourful set of cards that they are too. And then we're also I'm going to do some psychic art if we have enough time. So we'll see what happens. So what I would like for all of you who have not been here before, I'm just going to check with Richard. Have we got many people out there still, Richard? Yeah. Hello, Caitlin. Hello. Let me know where you're from as well, because I'm always nosy. Cheyenne. Hello, Cheyenne. I remember you from last time, Cheyenne. As well, Sarah, Cleveland Dunn. Hello, I remember you as well. I remember that name. I do remember that name, Cleveland Dunn, as well. So yes, what I've got is 49 cards. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to give Richard a number. But I also need a number from you between 1 and 49. I'm going to give Richard a number, and that will be whoever is on his list, wherever you are. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. From Canada, Laura. Hello, Canada. No. Yes, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go straight into it because we're running behind a little bit. Hello, Catherine. And can I go to number 20, please? So Richard's going to go to number 20. Catherine, hello, Catherine. Hello. So don't forget to like and share and also comment. So please have your fingers on keyboards. Let me know that you're there as well. And I need a number from you, Catherine, between 1 and 49, please. 1 and 49. Between those numbers, please. Catherine, I'm here, and you're on Facebook. You're on Facebook, Catherine O'Donoghue. So I would like to have a number from you, please, Catherine O'Donoghue, between 1 and 49 to know which card I'm picking. See, it's interactive. It's interactive. Okay, so we got anybody there? If not, Catherine. Yay, excellent. I know there is a bit of delay. Catherine, can we have a number between 1 and 49? Because I'd like to, just going to keep on shuffling. See what we get for you. I know now's not the time for needing the toilet, Catherine. Now's not the time. Now's the time to a number between 1 and 49. 1 and 49, Catherine. Otherwise, 6. Fabulous. Excellent. Thank you very much. So 2, 4, 6. So there we go. Now Richard's going to tell me which way up the card needs to go. If it can go anywhere. That way? That way. Okay, that way. Fabulous. Okay. We noticed everyone's selling Oasis tickets. Didn't say that. I didn't say that. Anyway, oh, I like that. I know why Richard's done it that way, because actually when I'm looking at this card and I'm looking at it on screen and I'm looking at it side by side as well, I can see angels. Catherine, lovely card to pick. Absolutely lovely card. So for me, it's a very dreamy, angelic card. So I know that I don't feel as though you may be all that grounded at the moment. So I want to get you back to being grounded as well. But for me here, I can feel as though if the heart is achy, I want to say that you are surrounded by angels. For me, I can see spirits up here. I can see spirits that. It almost reminds me of a Van Gogh painting sort of kind of thing. Okay. For me, this is also looking like a baby reaching out. So about new beginnings as well. heart-centered, and it is very much about it's all being very precious at the moment for you as well, Catherine. So when I'm looking at that, it's all about being very precious, but it's about communication. Now, communication and emotion, this blue up here, it's about communication is not just verbal, it's the non-verbal. Emotion will also dictate how you communicate. Okay, so just I feel as though that is running through at the moment in all spheres for you as well. Some people are not quite hearing you in the way that you would want them to hear you, but they are hearing you. They are hearing you. So it's a case of don't shout. They can hear you. Honestly, they can hear you. And I do feel as though that, and I want to say that you have got a connection with spirit in one way or another, even if it's with yourself or that you feel like family members are close to you who have passed and that they're around you. That is what I'm picking up from this card very much so. I'm also picking up that there have been quite a number of changes for you, not all of them not yet completed. That's an interesting way of putting it. So you haven't finished doing all of the changes. So there's more changes coming. There have been more changes. Okay. So Catherine, hopefully that makes sense for you. Okay. So I'm going to, because we're running on time, and we're running late a little bit, I'm just going to leave that there. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Hopefully that does. Just wondering if there's any feedback. Otherwise, nope. Okay, I'm going to crack on. So just to let you know, guys, because I want to kind of get through as many of these readings as possible, please can you have your fingers on keyboards and things like that? Okay, lovely. Thank you. So I'm just going to crack on. Thank you very much. A lovely card there. Okay, Catherine, thank you. So can I have we gone over the number of 20 as well? Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Thank you very much, Catherine. Thank you. Right, can I go to number 49, please? And if your name is called up, please have your fingers on keyboards. I'd love to have a number. The number is for me to pick the card. Paula, hello, Paula, number 42. Thank you very much. Hello, Paula. And you're on Facebook. Lovely. Paula Marie Monzo. Monzos. Monos. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. There we go. There's a card. There we go, Paula. Your card. Okay, so please do have your fingers. Leave it. We're leaving it like that. Okay. Oh gosh, how much energy? How much energy? And you're probably, and I can see from your picture, beautiful coloring of your hair there. Love that. Absolutely gorgeous. And you're probably going, oh my gosh, what a contradiction with this. And you're probably seeing it as all fire and angry. Actually, I don't see it that way. For me here, the middle section is all about wisdom. It's all about your own wisdom. There has been some healing. And it's all about nurturing, and it's almost as though I can see almost like a little baby dragon coming out. So I think you're finding yourself again, and that your whole healing process, your learning, your growth has all been about that, and surrounding you is that energy to keep going. And while I'm looking at it on the screen, like I say, when you look at these cards, which you can get from my website, by the way, emilyjbaker.co.uk, when you look at the cards face to face and you've got them held up like that in front of you, they look completely different to when I look at them on the screen. So I always look at them in the same way as you do what's being projected on the screen, because they do change. So I'm looking in this section around here on the screen, and for me this looks like almost, again, that almost looks like a dragon coming around, nurturing that inner child. So I feel as though there's a lot of nurturing going on, a lot of care, attention, but also that energy, that protectiveness is going on as well. You're still protecting yourself, which is fair enough, absolutely fair enough. But around here, I do feel as though there's spirituality. Spirituality, again, is not necessarily to do with spirits. It's also about you. You are energy, you are spirit, and it's learning about that as well. So I feel as though that's coming in. Again, it's this kind of it's been like a ball of energy being hit upon you. Does that make sense, Paula? Hopefully I'm making sense. I know there's a bit of a delay between no response. Okay. So again, I just feel as though there is that energy there for you. It's a lovely, lovely, again, it's a very playful card as well. Can I just say that? And I have said that. It is very playful. It is one that is very again, it's that childlike thing. You know, when you have a look at small creatures and they're learning to have their feet on the ground and things like that. So you know you've got your feet on the ground. You know all of this. It's you using it as well, okay, Paula? Use it in the direction that you want to take it in. You've got your protection around you. You've got the direction of which you're wanting to go in, which is to grow and expand. And I feel as though this area here will actually change colour. So if I was to pick another card, it would obviously be completely different. But this would be symbolizing something completely different for you, okay? So yeah, it's been a really interesting time for you, but I think now it's the time for you to take baby steps and to go forth as well. So if you've been sitting back and waiting and waiting and waiting, well, now's the time to just try to walk again, try to go forward as well. So great amount of energy. Just take it steady. It's almost like, you know, when you see a toddler, they want to run. Instead of walking, go, no, we have to walk first before we can run, but they'll always trot around the place. It's a little bit like that. So everything you'll be going on a trajectory of learning so much new stuff as well. And all for the good as well. So that's lovely, Paul. I'm glad that makes absolute sense for you. Fabulous. Thank you very much. Right, moving on. Can I have number 15, please? Did I choose 15 before? Okay. Melissa, hello, Melissa. Melissa, hello. Have you got a number for me, Melissa, on YouTube? Number 22. Hello, Melissa. Okay. Kuthi? Is that how the Kuthi? Is that how we pronounce your name, Kuthi, Melissa? Right, number 22. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay. Okay, I've got 17. I've got 17. Oh, yeah, there we go. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Richard which way round. It's just apparently changing. You change it to 17. Okay. So let's have a look. So we can have it that way round. That way. That way. I can see, well, to me it looks like a ball, but yes, okay. Richard's just saying it looks like a cat. So this is stuck up. Okay, so Richard was going, no, no, stop, 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 turn it back. So I did, and then he said, no. Okay, anyway, so that was what I was just laughing at, Richard's instructions. So we got there in the end. I'm very bad at taking instructions, aren't I, Richard? He's going, yes. I can feel him shaking his head. Yes. It's the Aries in me. It is the Aries completely. Right. Okay. So warrior, Melissa, the warrior. Actually, I can see the cat, but I can also see the warrior. It almost looks like a Viking's head. I've just got to. There we go. My. Hang on. There we go. Ooh, it's changed. It's changed again. Right. Bear with me. Just bear with me because this card is morphing. It's all changing while I'm even looking at it. Because now I can't even see the cat. Oh, okay. Can't even see that. I can't see my Viking. There was a white Viking warrior there just a moment ago, and I'm kind of going, where's he gone? Where's he gone? Right, okay. So he's around here somewhere. Now I'm seeing an old gentleman here, head and neck facing outwards. Interesting. I want to put him almost into Victorian ether. Right, okay. And now I can see the back of the warrior. Okay, so up here is the head. There's the arm with the muscles and reaching out, attacking. Okay, so this is hugely strength, Melissa. I know it's changing as well. It's completely changing, but I've got a feeling, Melissa, are you going through some major changes at the moment and feel like you're battling everything? This is where I feel as though round here is what you're trying to get to, but it's kind of as though it's eluding you all of the time. So this is like you're trying to get to that energy, you're trying to get to the end position, but you're climbing up a hill, you're constantly trying to battle with everything. Am I right with it? Yes, okay. And would you also understand as well, it's kind of like I'm hitting my head against a brick wall. I just cannot get to that. And it may be a case of different strategy. Remember that mostly this is to do about communication. So do you feel like you're saying the same thing again and again and again, and it's just falling on deaf ears? Okay, so if that is the situation, Melissa, then what I would say is actually, and especially if you're talking to someone, you say what you need to go and say, and you just, isn't that right, Ed? Yeah. And they go, what? What? Yeah, yeah. And I say, okay, so you're going to do the dishes then. Do you know what I mean? It's not exactly what you may have said. You may have kind of said, oh, yes, I lost my 16-year-old after last year, lost my job. This year is about, actually, my house. Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot of loss to go through. Okay, Melissa. So, right, okay. So it's almost like you're not being heard. It's like you're battling everything going uphill. Oh, bless you. That is a lot to be going through, isn't it, Melissa, in a whole year? But again, is that sometimes with losing so much, I'm not going to, I don't want to give you platitudes. All right, Melissa, I'm not going to give you platitudes. What I do feel is this strength. Okay. I want to give you strength and know that you have got strength on your side. I mean, if we look at this warrior here with this arm and it just kind of like, I've got my spear and I'm going to go for it. You know, I am going to break through this. I don't care if it's going uphill, I'm going to get there. And you will do. You will do. Yeah, I take it. Are you a fire sign, Melissa? Because this feels like this would be something like I would do, you know, just like everything's telling me, no, don't. I'll go straight ahead and go for it. Around here, I've also got the spirituality as well. So again, I've got it here as well. So it's almost, I can almost see a bull's head here, you know, that kind of, but an angry bull of kind of like, yeah, no, not going to let you in, not going to let you come anywhere near me. That may be kind of a good thing as well. So yeah, so just have a think about that as well. It's maybe a case of I can't, oh, I can see a man's face. It might be my late father. Okay, so someone down around here. I saw it just about there. Okay, I didn't see the last comment. Sorry, before that. I don't know if Rich can go back. Thank you so much. Yes, I can't understand how I'm supposed to, because you're strong, Melissa. That's why you're strong. Just think you are that warrior. You are that warrior. Okay, you are that person that you've got the helmet, you've got the cloak, you know, that's the superhuman you, okay? You are still here, all right? And you will still be standing at the end of it. Okay, it's almost like all of these adversities are just making you even stronger. Okay, in Aquarius, so that's water. So it's full of emotion. All right. So, you know, it's kind of use that. Can I just say, use the emotion in a positive way, not in a negative, but in a positive way. You know that as well. So it is about, I keep on pushing through, but it's hard. It is hard. And I totally get it. That's really, really hard. And I totally appreciate all that you're going through at the moment. But no, why am I shaking so much? Because you know your own strength. But I also want to say, though, I have a feeling that there are people around you as well who are wanting to help you, who are here on the living as well as in spirit. Okay, so I think you probably the reason why you're shaking so much is that adrenaline. Okay, so that's that one. Yeah, the energy is so strong, but also, yeah, that spirit coming through to you and letting you know that. So if you are really, really shaking, just concentrate on the breathing. Okay, just try to relax a little bit. Okay, Melissa. And I know it's like, oh my God, I still have to be in fight, fight, fight. This is about a fighting card, but it's also, you have to also understand that for you to be able to carry on with that fight, you need to relax. You need to give your body that little bit of a break as well. Okay. So please, please just kind of breathe. Okay, breathe. I know it sounds really, really silly, and people look at me kind of go, okay, yes, because that will just calm everything down. You know, you can't constantly fighting 24/7, 365. Okay, that is so much to contend with. Okay. But yeah, I feel I do feel for you because of all that going through, but for me, this is a positive card. It's showing me your strength and your determination. All right, and it shows me that you have got that will in you. Even if you feel like at times you haven't, you have. All right, you have. It's, the other people, the lady before, I kind of gave a dragon and all the rest of it. It's kind of like, but you've got the helmet, you've got the spear, you've got that. Okay. No, it doesn't sound silly. It's what I need to hear from someone, bless you. But understand that there will be people there to help you as well. Right. This is also say, yes, I understand that this is your fight and you are going through this fight. And it feels like, yes, you are going through it by yourself, but understand that there are people around you as well. All right. So can I leave that one there for you with you? And I'm sure all of us out here in this community of the SPTV will be sending you healing, will be sending you our thoughts to you at this time as well. It is such a huge thing to be going through as well. So bless you. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'm just glad that I've been able to give you a reading. Okay. Bless you. Thank you. Right. Okay. So, right, I'm just going to crack on. Can I have number, can I go above 60 yet, Richard? Yep, lovely. Can I have 72, please? Maisie Hart. Maisie Hart would love a reading, please. Maisie Hart on Facebook. Well, here I am. Maisie, I would like a number from you, please, between 1 and 49. The reason being is because I've got 49 cards and I'd like you to pick a card. So it's as simple as that. And then we'll find out why. So the number beforehand is me giving to Richard, and he goes through how many people are on, and that's how we pick out who it is. Hello, Maisie. Hello. I would like a number between number 7, fabulous. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Ooh. Yeah, I was going to keep that. Right, okay, Maisie. Hello, how are we? Right, fingers on keyboards, please, Maisie. Okay, ooh. I want to say everything is going up. Everything is just kind of going upwards and going in a forward directory. It's kind of, you've got, it's here. For me, this is about unconditional love down here. Okay, it's your value. You can tell that from your wedding photograph. I take it that's your wedding photograph. It would be very weird if it wasn't your wedding photograph, but there we go. Here it's about communication and emotion. And we can see that it melds together. It is important. That has also been very much a stronghold. Now, if we look here, it feels as though it's yippee, I'm getting there, I'm getting there. It's all kind of coming together quite nicely with growth as well, Maisie. So again, it's almost as though you go through very definite periods in your life about it's all about this and it's all about that and now it's all about this and it's moving forwards and sometimes maybe you feel like you're not all coherent. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, okay, I'm just going through this phase in my life at the moment. Don't really like it, but there we go. And what you would like it to be is all coherent. So it's almost like you would like to have all of the colors, not segregated as they are so much so in this card, but just kind of more recognizing that they are melding together, but they aren't melding together. It's just one aspect of your life needs to be focused at this moment in time in one area. Okay, I do want to say this. I do. Oh, I do. Abba, lovely. I do. There is a quiz with that answer. Anyway, here. Now I have done the silly thing of looking at the card, actually physically looking at the card, and I can see a little cow. It's like a little Highland cow in this area. Don't know if you can see it. It's very small on my screen. But there's kind of like, there's its nose, there's its eye, and then it has a bit of a back, and then that's the back around here, coming down. There we go. And then it's the undergrowth. Here I'm seeing a little dog. It does not going well at the moment. Oh, let's see. Right. Okay. So let's have a look to see what is going on, because for me, this is all, I know, like I've said before, it's all going upwards. It's yippee, lots of direction changes. So look out for those big changes coming in. Look out for kind of suddenly you're going left when you thought you'd be going right, a bit like my directions, anti-clockwise, clockwise. Left and right, I'm not very good with. But you will find that it's still taking you forwards. All right. It is still taking you forwards. It is a case of, this isn't about quickness. This is slow and steady. Behind the cow, I can also see like a little terrier dog, if you like, which are very vocal. They are very tenacious. Terriers are one of those things that dig things up. So I would not be surprised if things get dug up where you're kind of going, great, thanks. But it's snapping on the heels of this Highland cow that I'm seeing. Cows are very, well, I was going to say steady and measured, but they can run. Trust me, they can run faster than I can ever run. They have 4 legs, I only have 2, but they are very fast. They are very big. They are very heavy as well. They can also be very gentle. They can also not be so gentle as well. Talking to some farm hands, where they've been crushed and all the rest of it. Yeah, they will kick, they will bite, they will, just like all of us, they have good days and they have bad days. But this is very much a quiet, timid timing. But you've got the terrier kind of snapping on its heels, kind of, come on, let's go quicker, let's go quicker. So I feel as though you're being pulled in those 2 directions of going slow, but yeah, going fast, going off in different directions as well, thinking, okay, this way is not working for me, let's try another way. And that's okay as well. It still will be moving forward. All right. You may feel as though you're being dragged off and kind of feeling like you're being, and I'm looking up here actually with this card, so you're being dragged off and you're like, oh my God, you like to know where you're going. You like to know what's going to be happening. You like to have a plan of action. Woe betide if the plan of action goes wrong, because then you have to have a backup plan. Well, have the backup plans. But this for you, this part of the card, I would say is quite scary for you because it's the unknown. And you may be faced with the unknown, and it's kind of like, oh, do I really want it? Do I really want that? And so, yeah, gravitate back to what you really do know. Will it take you further forward? That, again, is what you make of it as well. All right. So hopefully that is making sense. Communication, please. This is about the talking, the nonverbal as well. And you may find that even while you're talking, you go, I'm absolutely fine, and then suddenly find that you're bursting out into tears. It's because that emotion is actually still there, and people go, really? That's not what we're hearing. You're saying it, but we're not hearing that. We're not hearing that you're totally fine. You may find people saying, well, actually, you sound absolutely fine. Where does the truth lie? And I think this is where you're going maybe having to face your own truth. The dog is also about companionship. It is also about faithfulness as well, and bringing new people in as well. I'm saying that very strongly because I think will be new people coming into your sphere as well. And you may find that their energy is completely juxtaposed to yours, and you're kind of going, oh, really? Oh, I don't know about this, don't know. But they may be able to help you moving forward as well. Yes, because it feels like you're here and you're wanting to move further forward, and it's not happening in the pace that you're wanting it to happen, but it is at the same time. Don't let the fear stop you, is what I'm going to say there, okay? And know that sounds really contrite, and I know that sounds really kind of very much a case of what does she know? But there are times, and especially at this time, I don't know what it is, but it just feels as though a lot of people are having to face those inner fears again. And I know I have been. I know I have been. And they're coming up, and it's like, why am I doing this? And it's like, oh, we're back to lockdown times. Okay, what was it in lockdown? Let me face that. Okay, I thought I dealt with it. No, I haven't. Let me deal with it again. So you may find you're on that kind of a roller coaster at the moment as well. And it maybe just acknowledging that you've got that, and you kind of go, okay, I've got that. I know that. Okay, so where's the vulnerability? This is about vulnerability as well. All right. I've had some bad news today, and I don't really know how to go forward from it. Okay. I'm really scared of the unknown. That's that bit there. Like I said before, that you like to know what's going to be happening. You'd like to know, and it may not actually, Maisie. It may be a case of you don't need to do anything. It may be a case of you've just got to sit with it for 24 hours and just process it, rather than actually being the dog and trying to fix it straight away. It may be a case that you can't fix it. It may be a case of kind of looking at all of the options, and then that takes time. I know you're scared of the unknown. I get that. But if you need that overall picture, and that news has kind of changed your overall viewpoint of everything. So it's kind of a case of, okay, let me get plans back into action. Let me have a look. Okay, I'm changing direction. All right. So it may be a case of you just changing your trajectory. You're just needing to maneuver around things with that bad news. And I'm really, really sorry that you have received bad news. You never know. You may kind of go, you may look back and kind of go, yeah, that was really, really bad news. However, it's how you deal with that bad news, Maisie, okay? As well. So it may be a case that you speak to those around you and just kind of get their viewpoint and kind of going, oh, okay, get that, and just allow yourself to time. No, it can't be fixed. It's why and what did I do? No, it can't be fixed. It's the why and what did I do? Okay. Okay, so that is about communication. For me, what I'm here seeing on that message there, Maisie, it's about communication. It's about communication. It's talking. All right. And it may not be what you did. You may not have done anything. All right. It may not be you at all. It may be somebody else, but their decisions have impacted upon you. Okay. It's kind of like, what did I do? I don't know, but you have to. It's not necessary. I can't answer that one, but it's for them to answer. If you're going back in and going, okay, I've did this, checklist, done that. What it may have been one single thing that you may have said, or something like that may have triggered something, may have been a combination. I know I've been in that situation with a partner, with an ex-partner, and it was kind of like, okay, mate, do they need space? Okay, maybe that they need space. All right, we'll give them space. Is it that? Whatever. It is about communication. All right. But it's also about the change of direction as well. All right. So that's what I'm seeing from that and feeling from that. It is about communicating, really communicating. And I know that the emotion's coming up. So I want to hi George. So I just want to kind of, if that's okay, I'm just going to wrap that one up there. Lovely, thank you. Right, so plan of action. Jordan's coming on at what time, Richard? Okay, so Jordan's coming in. Yep, Jordan Richards. Hello, Jordan. How are you? I'm just, it's like I'm psychic. It's like I'm psychic. I know he's. So Jordan's going to be coming in about 15 minutes. Okay, so he's coming in after. Okay. Yay! Hi.
Hi, everybody. Thank you very much, Emily, once again. We
Yeah,
meet again.
I know we do. It's going to be like a Thursday thing, this, isn't it?
It
Really?
is, isn't it?
It is. So yeah, we're all. It's kind of timings is not timing what we think timing is.
Well, this is very true.
Yeah.
All an illusion, as we say.
It is, and it's all man-made as well. You know,
Absolutely. I've
or
just been, so yeah, yeah. So join me just after 7:30. Apologies for the delay. Obviously, Emily's show was started late, I believe. So I'm running late. Come along, ask your questions. I'm going to change the format slightly. So we're going to do answers to your questions posed, but then do a reading in between and then back to a question and then a reading throughout, so that there's more readings throughout the whole show. So join us just after 7:30 after Emily's show is finished, and see you then. Thank you.
fabulous, excellent. Lovely, thank you. Right, so what I'm going to do is, because we've only got a short space time, and I know with the drawings I always overrun, so I don't want to overrun. I'm going to do another couple of card readings, if that's okay with everybody. So still fingers on buttons, please. For you guys, can we have number? I know, fingers on buttons. Did I say buzzards? Buzzers? Did I say? Ah, yes, fingers. Oh, I don't know. It's all happening. It's all happening. So, can I have number 35, please? And please, can you have a number between 1 and 49 from you guys out there in Facebook and YouTube land? Yeah, I'm really tempted to give Jordan a reading. Okay. Can I be really cheeky and say, can I give Jordan a reading? That has been very cheeky. So I'm going to, Jordan, can you listen in on this one? I'm going to get Jordan to listen in if he's still there. And also, can I have number 45 then?
I am here. Yeah. Hi again.
Okay. Oh, Laurie. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Laurie on YouTube. Okay. Another gifted addition to the stream. Lovely. Have you got a number between 1 and 49 for me, Laurie? And I am picking out a card. I'm going to do a double one. I feel like doing a double reading. Number 8. Okay, so I've picked out one for Jordan, 2, 3,
Sorry, I do apologise. I was finishing off.
A vape? Was it a vape?
It was.
Okay. Oh, look, we've got to that one then. Right, okay. So that is Laurie. Laurie, this is your card. Do you know what? I want to keep it in that position. I do want to keep it in that position. I can be very decisive. Right. Because this is actually the first card that I was picked earlier on. But for me, oh, this is lovely. This is really, really nice. This is about again, it's about fun, but it's about fun. It's about fun. It's about fun. And I kind of want to go to this area in the card. Jordan, I have got your card. And it just feels like I've got a puppy, new beginnings. I've got love, things are blossoming. It almost looks like an orchid flower, actually. That's what it's also reminding me of, an orchid flower, which is that exoticness. It's that unknown, that suspense. It's that little bit of, you don't know all about me, but I know something about you. So it's about the unknown. It's about just having that whole kind of ethereal. It feels very, very ethereal. Now this card for me doesn't normally feel ethereal, but looking at it this way around, it's like I'm in a dreamland, dreamscape as well. So it feels very soft. It feels that's simply beautiful. Thank you. But that's kind of almost where I want to put you in that kind of I want to explore more situation, Laurie. Does that make sense? I want to explore more, but explore more about you, the other virtues of you, the other sides of you, the other positions of you, and as in looking at you with the different facets, you know, of seeing, yes, I can be the warrior, yes, I can go forth and all the rest of it, but it's about actually loving the simplicity, but also the complexity of yourself. That's such a good word, complexity. I can't even say it now. But yeah, it's just looking at that and also passing on that wonderment, because here I'm seeing that as like a chick coming out of the egg. So again, there's new beginnings happening around you, and it's about new starts, new beginnings, and teaching and growing and all the rest of that. So there's so much, but there's so much love and compassion going on there as well. That it's just like, this is if this card was in a desert, it would just be glowing. Yeah, absolutely glowing. So Laurie, I don't know what you've been up to, but it's glowing. It's been working. I think you've been working on that communication with yourself, as well as those with spirit, knowing and understanding that it is about the emotions as well. And it's all being dealt with at the moment. It's kind of like, oh, I get it. I get it. It's like that aha moment. It's like going into utopia land as well. So Laurie, that's what it's a lovely card, fabulous card to have. Hopefully that makes sense for you, Laurie. Okay, so Jordan, I did say to Jordan, I have got a card for him because I was suddenly drawn to him as well. So Jordan, this is your card. Here we go. Now you can choose which way around. Which way around would you like it?
Leave it as it is, please.
Leave it as it is. Okay, that's lovely. Okay. A triangle.
I see lots of things.
Hmm. Oh, four there. And a triangle there. Triangle there. Okay. But I'm seeing that as two people communicating to each other. And in fact, I can see another person here as well. So I know for Jordan, I feel as though it's kind of more than welcome. You're more than welcome, Laurie. For me, it's kind of like you must have had kind of like a spurt of growth and learning. It was kind of like a trajectory. It just went from baseline to suddenly went whoosh, straight up here. It feels a bit like that.
Yeah,
and then
I understand that.
for me, it's about how do I meld in what I know about spirit? What do I know about me? And meld it in together to make it coherent for everybody else to understand what it is that I want to project and wanting to give, and what you're receiving is kind of like, you know, those isolated rain showers that you can get, you know, the cloud, that kind of a singular cloud that bursts.
Yeah.
And it can just down, it's like that, but for you, it's like a spirit download of kind of just a rain down, and you kind of go, okay, I just need to be drenched. And you're completely drenched. And now you're going, what do I do with it? And that's what you've had to learn down here, so how to actually communicate that to everybody else, because this is you over here and they're all streaming in, coming in, kind of going, oh my God, I need to know. And it's like, yes, but at the same time, what the download is coming quicker for you to be than for you to communicate to others about what's actually happening. Does that make sense? And you're just not quite sure. It's like me talking. It's like I can't talk quick enough for my brain to get all of the information out to you. I'm so glad that you're not in your head, but and understanding. But it's very much on that pace. It can't happen quick enough because you don't know how to store it. And you can't store it because it's just as soon as it goes into the pockets, it's out of the pockets as well.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
I understand that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. But I also, the one thing that's missing from all of this is grounding.
Okay.
I want to give you grounding. It's kind of like, I need to earth you. It's kind of like you're being sucked up rather than being kept on the ground. And it is that whole thing of keep your feet on the ground as well. All right. Stretch up, that's absolutely fine, but make sure that your feet are on the ground as well. Okay. because it's almost as though you may get pulled in that direction of, oh yeah, no, come and keep on going up and up and up. And it's like, well, when do you get time to breathe?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure that there are the barriers there, and that's perhaps why I see more as this kind of a person here. I can see an arm and a head and everything, and over here it's like the masses of the people. Something they've got it, but something you just kind of go, yeah, you may have got it, but you haven't quite got there. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
there must be people there that you're teaching and trying to coach through what they're going through as well. And it's kind of like they're not quite getting it because they haven't quite received what it is that you can already see, but they're not understanding that. Does that make sense? Because their feet are nowhere, they're not, it's not being absorbed in the same way.
Okay.
All right, so it's kind of like their feet are not in. For me, this area here, this green, is all about learning. If you think about a tree, the tree starts off learning how to gain the sap back in by the young leaves, which are very green. And as it gets wiser, the leaves get darker. So that's the way I always look at it. So if you have a look, these people are not touching the green yet. They're not, it's not being absorbed. And you feel like you're hitting your head against a brick wall because you're repeating yourself again and again and again. Does that make sense?
Yes, with a few people.
But it's kind of like, okay, take a breather, don't try, and just say, let them get on with it, and just say, okay, I'll let you get on with it. You see, you feel it. It's almost like you're trying to teach them what they should be feeling when they're not yet feeling it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So allow them to almost kind of your process is a lot quicker than their process. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Okay. So it may be a case of, however frustrating this is for you, of you having to step back and kind of go, I know, but I need to do it. It's like, okay, let me just take a breather. Let me step back. You process. Come back to me in a week's time. Let me know. Because they'll probably process it in a slightly different way, but it will be a way where then that communication will be easier. Because it's not so easy at the moment. Does that make sense? It's
I understand
prickly at times, not all of the time, just at times. Okay. So yes, that's my reading for you. And look, 1 minute to go.
Lovely that. I mean, I see all sorts in it. I mean, where you're kind of like looking at the triangle, just to the left of that, I see like a bit of a butterfly.
Okay, yeah.
Like one half of a butterfly.
And
then to the sort of right of the triangle, it's almost like I can see the head and the trunk of an elephant. Just where the finger is there.
Okay.
And then there's like a monkey up in the purple next to the dark blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I see a lot in it.
Yeah.
Lovely. I've never seen those cards. You'll have to tell me what they are.
They are perceptionary cards, and I made them. Yeah, they're my own cards, perceptionary cards.
Oh, I'll have to get Richard to contact you then.
Well, you can just get them through my website at majbaker.co.uk.
I shall get Richard to forward that to me and get some. Yeah, I'm fascinated by them. Lovely. Thank you so much for my reading. Unexpected.
You're more than welcome. Thank you very much for accepting the message. Thank you.
No, absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
More than welcome. More than welcome. So lovely, Richard. I'm going to leave everybody in Jordan's capable hands now. So, I'm going to go. Is that okay, Richard? He's disappeared. He's just left us to it, hasn't he?
Sitting nodding in the background. Yes, of course. Okay.
So just to let everybody else out there know in the world, Richard was sitting there nodding, and that's why we heard nothing, because we can't hear nods. So lovely. I'm going to say have a lovely evening, Jordan. Lovely being able to give you a message, and I shall see you guys in a couple of weeks' time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Have a good couple of weeks.
See you later.
Take care, Emily. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to Phoenix Spiritual Coach by me, Jordan Richards. Apologies for the delay. There was a few technical issues, I believe, and the previous show overrunning, etc. So we're here a little bit later than advertised. As I quickly said in the intro in Emily's show, we're going to do things slightly different. So start posing your questions. I'll do my best to answer them as we progress throughout the show. But I'm going to do one question and then a reading, and then back to a question and then a reading, and alternate it like that. So we're actually covering more readings throughout the show, which I feel is a better way for you guys, because I mean, after all, you're here for a reading as well. So let's start the ball rolling. Good evening, everybody that said good evening. Sorry, I was talking and I didn't get everybody's name. Marion Thomas, hi. And I think it was a lady called Sarah Cleveland Dunn. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, lovely. Nice to have you here. Naomi Brown. Okay. Okay. Naomi Brown, that's my cousin's name. I wonder if that's her. I'm not too sure. I don't think so by the picture. Sam B, good evening. Oh, one of our regulars. Yeah, I think I've gave you a reading before. Rebecca May O'Sullivan. Hi, lovely. Yes. Love a message. Okay, we'll do what we can. Oh, look at all these flowers coming up. Caroline May Sandbrooks, hi from Dagenham. Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much. Yeah, please like, love, and share. Get as many people on as possible and share that love. Okay, there's one of my students, Susan Bainbridge. Lovely. Hi. Yeah, nice photograph that. And Gemma Hepburn. Good evening. Okay, and Don Cunliffe. Cunliffe, even, not Cunliffe. Shean, hi, good evening from the UK. Please obviously let us know who you are as well around the globe. Okay, so good evening, Tony. Okay. Oh, yeah, all the way from New Zealand. Lovely. Due to obviously the privacy around your question, finances improving, I would suggest that we don't do it live because it is a personal matter, Tony. I would say to you, either reach out to one of the other presenters or myself. We will accommodate you in a private reading because you don't want that information publicized. That's private. So I hope you understand that, lovey, and good day to you. Marion Thomas, sending good vibes from Cape Town, South Africa. Lovely, very chilly here due to the snow on the mountain. Yeah, tabletop, I believe. Yeah, lovely, lovely part of the world as well. Yeah, Channel Islands, lovely. Caroline, yeah, and Eva, yeah, South Africa, lovely, very nice. And Australia, no, so it's not Naomi Brown, my cousin. It's the Naomi Brown from Australia. Hi to you. And Andrea, good evening. Yeah, beautiful spiritual brother and family. Yes, we are all family. We are all spirits and we are all connected. Never forget that. Claire Thompson. Yeah, no Claire from Plymouth. Lovely. Yeah. Okay. So I think while I wait on a question, rather than just continue to say hello to you. Oh, here we go. Laurie Garner. Okay. I'd like to know what you suggest for someone who sees signs but not sure what to do with them. I would say there are several different ways, Laurie, you can deal with this. If you are in tune with your team, you should sit with them obviously regularly, ask them to help you with obviously the signs, symbology, what does it mean to you? So that you can actually decipher those messages in order for yourself or to give other people readings. For example, sometimes, you get a flower and a flower is just a flower, but that flower could mean something totally different to somebody else. So, for example, normally when I get a pink rose, it's normally unconditional love, and I feel that from the spirit that is in communication with me to go to the sitter. And it's their way of saying, there is lots of unconditional love around them. But then if I get like a poppy, sometimes I get a poppy, for example, and it could be to do with Remembrance Day. Obviously, it could be linked to veterans, that kind of thing. But it could also be linked to and it has been linked in a previous message that I've done, and it's linked to, sadly, the other side of a poppy when the poppy is crushed and it turns into, obviously, a drug in a pharmaceutical sense. So opiates and that kind of thing. So I've had it in that way as well. So it's for us to decipher it. Get a book on symbology. There's one symbology encyclopedia, I think it is the one that I've got. It's very, very good. I think it's about 15, 16 pound. It's awesome. It's a brilliant book. And trust me, when you learn stuff like that, your team are always watching what you're learning so that you're able to incorporate that, and then they will show you signs that you are familiar with. Failing that, just Google different signs and do it that way and save yourself some money. Hopefully that answers your question, Laurie. Okay? Does that make sense to you? Okay, so obviously there is a little bit of a delay in a reply, but yeah, okay. Andrea, I'd like to thank everyone for praying for my daughter and me to get approved for housing because I got approved. Oh, that's fantastic news. Wonderful, Andrea. Thank you very much for the big thank you to everybody as well. It's amazing what our thoughts and energy create on the ripple effects of the energetic fields. So that's fantastic news. Well done. Hopefully you are happy in your new home when you move in, if you haven't already done so. So fantastic. You're welcome, Laurie. No problem. I love that. I can do, yeah. Laurie, I'm going to yeah. Not necessarily in like the same person, but that's fine. Ah, right. So I am going to stick with Laurie because I am drawn to her picture. Okay. Um, and just one sec here. Okay. So I have a gentleman stepping in, but he's a little bit reluctant at the minute, but I'm going to work with him. I feel like with the energy that he's putting on me, it's like right, okay. So he's just told me he was a little bit kind of like reserved in how he was when he was here. He always stood behind his good lady, I'm being told. And he felt, would you understand that he's telling me he wish he had been a little bit more vocal and a little bit more proactive when he was here. So I feel that there's, with that, it's almost like I get a little bit of sadness like that with that, as if to say, he could have done more really when he was here. And I get the sense this is either kind of like father or grandfather. I am kind of going to stick with father because I feel it's more a father energy rather than, you know, further up the family tree, so to speak. He's presenting himself round about 5'8", 5'9" here. And he's got like, I would say kind of like brownish hair. A little bit of a side sweep, but or what do they call it, a side comb to one side here. I believe at one point he would have wore glasses because he's kind of put glasses on himself. But I believe that was later on in life from what he's telling me. I'm also being drawn to the chest area with a gentleman, but I want to say he wouldn't have passed. I feel with the chest issues, although that was an underlying issue. I want to go specifically to his heart. Would you understand that, Laurie? Let's see what else I can get until you reply. Okay. I am being drawn to something around. Okay. So I'm getting like a little bit of a disagreement over who was left what when the gentleman's estate was, you know, divided up family wise, as in the will. And would you understand him saying, even though there was a little bit of a disagreement, everybody got what they wanted or should have got, and he's happy that his wishes were fulfilled, even although there was a little bit of a disagreement. So that's what he's telling me here. Would you understand why I want to give you an oil rig and I don't know whether this is to do with the gentleman, but I'm getting something to do with oil. So I want to kind of go engineering. So somebody that kind of works in that industry to do with petroleum and stuff like that, I feel. Would you understand that around you? I don't feel it's this gentleman. Okay, brother. Okay. Right. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Right. Would you also understand why I want to bring forward the fact that the gentleman's saying that you need to take a time out, and you need to kind of like, I don't want to say grounding necessarily, but I want to say you need to get out in the fresh air and go for a short walk to clear what I feel is that you're a little bit too analytical in the brain. I feel like we're mulling things over a little bit, and I'm being told to tell you to go out, get a little bit fresh air, and allow the energy to just come in and sort of clear and give you clarity with regards to something that needs a little bit of a prioritization, I'm being told. Hopefully you would understand that because he's not opening that up. So I feel like he's telling me almost like go out, go for a short walk into the energy, allow the wind and all the elements to come around you. And the clarity that that brings is going to give you the foresight of how you need to deal with what that situation is around you. Okay. And I'm being told that that would be in the next couple of days. If you do what is being suggested here, obviously you have free will, so you know that's entirely up to you. And you would understand why I'm being pulled to my watch. I do feel that there's this gentleman's watch has been left, and that would be where the gentleman here passed down. I also want to give you like a magenta color. It's not quite like light pink. Okay, yes, that I do need to get out in the fresh air. Everybody keeps saying get out of the house. Yeah, absolutely. Even if it's only for 5-10 minutes, it's amazing what fresh air does, you know. And you know, a brisk walk just clears the energy around you, and you feel less, you know, stagnant with it. You know, if you're in the same energy all the time, it can be very depleting. And that's not a word I use, so that's obviously the gentleman dropping that in to me here. Would you understand why I want to bring magenta around you? Because it's not a colour I normally get, actually. But I want to give you magenta, okay? I feel like this is a colour that you need to be wearing if it doesn't already have some sort of significance or symbology for you, okay? And I'm not great with colours, I have to say. So it's an unusual one for me. But I do know if you Google, there is an angel that works with a magenta colour. I can't remember it off the top of my head because it's not one of the, you know, the normal kind of 7-8 angels that come in, archangels. I'm just trying to think what one it is. It might be Muriel or Mariel. I think that's just come into my head. So would you work with that colour and just ask for that? Get a bit of that colour around you, okay? Is it Jophiel? Ah, right, okay. Richard in the background has done his magnificent bit of he's done his magnificent bit of, oh, here we go, there's the information. Jophiel, okay? So Archangel Jophiel, just if you don't already work with that angel, we ask that angel to come in, but I want you to have a piece of magenta with you, like even if it's just like a handkerchief in that color, or wear that color. Okay, I feel like it's going to raise your vibration and help you with the situation, which the lovely gentleman's coming in and saying to you, you need to get out into that fresh air to get that purity, clarity, and he's there guiding you. But before I leave you, and okay, would you understand why I want to give you a toffee crisp, please? And I believe that's a sweetie or some sort of chocolate bar, from what I can see. I've got to leave you with that. So I don't know whether that's a favourite or whatever, but I've got to leave you with that. Okay, my darling? Thank you very much for your question. Thank you very much for allowing me to connect with me. Sorry, for me to connect with you and your family here. So I shall please take the love. They're very much around you. And just ask that gentleman to come forward, okay? While you're walking, I want to say, because it's him that's telling you need to get out a little bit more and just allow that to happen in order to deal with the situation, okay? Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay. It's fine, no problem. So if you do have a question, guys, please obviously put it in the chat. Richard will forward it to me as best as he can. Failing that, obviously, we will do a question and readings as well, as the show is designed that way. So yeah, no problem. So can we see if I'll go to another reading if we don't have a question yet, Richard, if that's okay. Okay. Right, okay. Any guidance on my current workplace and on my holistic work as well? Okay. 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 I'm just tuning into the the picture a little bit. Okay. Okay, so I am getting with regards to the current workplace, would you understand that you're I want to say that you're already at a point where a decision needs to be made in order to leave. But I do want to say, don't do it before you have your holistic work set up right, because I am being drawn to both parts of that within the sentence that you gave me here. Okay. And I want to say you need to be building up the holistic side of things in order to create almost like a pot of money so you can literally do that shift, a bit like what I did when I ended up becoming a full, time holistic spiritual business. Make sure you've got enough money from the holistic side. I do feel that there needs to be a little bit more self-promoting. I do get almost like, I don't want to say lack of confidence. I feel like you're confident, but I want to say confidence-wise in kind of like marketing and putting yourself out there. It's almost like you're not doing enough to promote yourself. Would you understand that, Marion? But with the workplace, don't jump from that workplace until the holistic work is bringing in enough money, I want to say. Okay. And okay. And I have got somebody stepping forward for you, funnily enough, as well. I've got an elderly lady here who just basically wants to come in and go, she knows what to do. She knows what to do. I'm telling her what to do. She would know this. But she's not listening. She's funny. She's I would say she's probably about 5'4"-ish, 5'5"-ish, something there or thereabouts. She's a bit smaller than me. I know I'm sat down, but height-wise, she's about my height as I'm sitting. So okay, and I do feel that this is more grand, to be honest. And I feel she was quite a bubbly, outgoing personality, but she's definitely around you and she's trying to guide you. Would you understand almost like being pushed to do stuff, but you almost like there's a reluctancy and a hesitancy to actually kind of do it. And I don't know whether that's because you've not got the tools in the toolbox to kind of, and I want to go back to how you're marketing yourself with this actually. And I'm being told you need to upskill with regards to IT. Would you understand that? So obviously information technology, all those kind of computer skills, working with different softwares, all that sort of stuff. And to be honest, if you're like that, you're like me, because I have a nightmare with it. But we've all got to push ourselves to do it. Okay. And I want to give you okay. I want to give you a yellow rose here, okay? And when a yellow rose comes in for me, I feel like mood-wise, a little bit down, okay? So I want to bring that joy, upliftment to push your vibration up in order to kind of sit in the right energy. But I also want to say that yellow would be very significant with the lady. Vibe my job more so, yes. That okay, lovely, thank you. And what was the other flower you were giving me, lovey? Okay. Right, okay. Would you understand why I want to bring forward a purple foxglove, please? It's that type of flower. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, foxglove. I have got it right. I was double checking myself then. So yeah, there's something to do with foxgloves, and I don't know a lot about plants, but it's purple. Okay. Yes, it's in a minefield. Okay. Right. And the purple would be obviously very significant given your picture as well. But also, I want to say to you, will you tune into the color purple when you're meditating and allow whoever it is, team wise, and spiritually, I'm talking, to come forth? I believe this lady is one of your helpers and your ancestors kind of coming in to help you with regards to that. And I am getting more, you're more on the healing side of things. So, like Reiki, that kind of thing. But I want to say, look out for a new opportunity with regards to not only expanding what you do holistically, but also I'm being told like a new form of healing. And I've got dimensional with that. I mean, I do dimensional healing, but I don't feel it's the same as what I do. Okay. Yeah, your grandmother had them in the garden. Okay, so that's probably her calling sign then, just so you know that's her. And would you understand with regards to the Reiki before I leave you? I've got to bring forward apple crumble and custard as well. I feel she was a bit of a feeder, to be honest. She just keeps bringing in food to me, but I've got to leave you with the apple crumble and custard. But somebody didn't like custard as well, I want to say, and somebody would have had it with single cream. Okay? I know there's a bit of a delay, but obviously, can I leave her love with you? She is very much around you. Just ask her to come a little bit closer, connect with her. She is there helping and guiding you with regards to the holistic, and watch out for that new opportunity to expand your healing side of things specifically. I want to say, your cat, right? Okay, cat breeders and some healing. I feel you're going to move into the healing work a little bit more. Okay, I feel that that's where, from what she was giving me, I feel from that's where your business is going to take off. The work side of things is going to be pushed to one side, and you're going to literally thrive on the holistic work. So you can give up almost like your full-time job and become, your own boss, like I am, and a lot of us are. So a lovely transition coming for you, Marion, and you're welcome. I'm glad that you could take the information, and please take this lady's love, because I mean, my goodness, she feels like my grand. She's got a lot of love for you. Okay. So again, thank you very much. Okay, for your question, and let me connect with your loved ones. Okay. Okay, Tony Coppins. Will things improve with my business? I do advertise it regularly. Okay. Okay, Tony, I am getting, would you understand that when you are advertising, that it's almost like you're doing it in a little bit of a rush? Okay. I am connecting here as well, by the way. I'm not just answering it on my own. I've got a gentleman stepping forward. I want to say, Dad, and I feel it's almost like you're advertising, but it's like, oh, I must do that. And it's like a checklist, and you do it. But energetically, you're not sending it out kind of. I don't want to say you're not sending it out with the wrong vibration, but I almost feel like the intention is almost lacking. Do you understand that? It's almost like I want to say it's more of a chore to advertise your business, whereas energetically, if you want your business to kind of take off, put the right energy into your adverts. And I want to say, look at a new advert. I don't feel that the advert that you're posting from what I'm getting here, is bringing the right clientele to you, and enough clientele, interestingly enough. Do you understand the gentleman coming in? He's about 5'8", 5'9", okay? And he's silvery greyish on the side, a bit darker on top here, okay? And he's coming in and he's quite a stern gentleman with a stood up, very proper, chest out kind of thing, you know, very kind of like broad shouldered. He wants to make me kind of sit up like as if my shoulders are like proper back. I do slouch, it's shocking. So when spirit comes in, they do get me to sit upright. But this gentleman would have been like that. I feel that he would have been a person that it was, although he showed his love, okay, I want to say he wouldn't have showed it all the time, okay? And it was all, I want to say it was almost like, would you understand going to dad? Okay. Would you understand going to dad and dad would show you a little bit more tender love and care than mum here? Okay. Almost like when mum was out the room kind of thing. He would show you that love. But in front of certain other people, he wouldn't show you that. Okay. So I feel like there's almost like a you know, depending on the environment that you were in with the gentleman, I feel like at times he would have shown it, but at other times he wouldn't. Thank you so much. Okay. And he just wants me to come in and say to you with regards to this. Okay. And this is his words. He's saying to me, remember that I'm always with you. So I feel like he's obviously very much in your thoughts at the moment, which is probably why he stepped forward. Okay. But I also want to say to you, would you understand a small dog? Now, it's either some sort of like terrier. I feel like it's a little Jack Russell or something similar to that, and it's literally it's making me want to look down all the time because it's like a little bit hypo. Okay. Okay. And it wouldn't I want to say it would have not exactly been the best dog in relation to obedience. Okay. You were like constantly like, you know, telling it off. So that's interesting. But he wants to step in and he wants to say to you, with regards to whatever it is, apart from your question here, okay, I want to say to you, would you understand there is a small family matter that needs to be dealt with rather urgently? Okay, I don't feel it's anything too serious. So I just want to say that there's almost like a slight disagreement or a butting of heads. Okay, a poodle. Okay, it might be. I felt it was but then again, it could be a mini poodle. I don't know, but a small dog. Okay, very excitable. Okay. And would you understand? I need to give you this before I move on to Dad again. Would you understand that the dog was a little bit more? He wasn't lol. Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean that's all generational stuff, isn't it? And a lot of men didn't show their love, but yeah, he's coming in like that. He's basically coming in with. Right. Before I move on, I need to give you the bit with the dog. Would you understand the dog being rather ill towards the end? And I want to, when I say ill, I want to bring in a little bit of laughter here, almost to the point, and I know it's not a laughing matter, but incontinence with the dog, especially with regards to peeing and not the other end. Yeah. So I'm getting a lot of that. But I feel like it would have been like that when it got excitable as well. But there was definitely bladder issues with the dog towards the end. Okay. And the gentleman stepping in again, as I'm asking him to come forward, he wants to say to you, with regards to that family situation, it's almost like a bit like a butting of heads over a slight disagreement. Okay. And I am being told, with regards to this, that you would understand it's the male that needs to kind of step back with regards to their opinion and see the other person's perspective in order to actually move forward, so that the disagreement is resolved and we move forward. Okay? Hopefully you understand that. I don't know what he's talking about, but I feel like it's the gentleman that needs to change his perception of the situation. Okay? And because I do feel it's a male and a female. All right. Okay. Okay. Give me that again, please. He wants to come in and just give you something here, okay? Would you understand? I'm getting some sort of like toffee with them, but it's not like a caramel toffee. It's like black. So I don't know what that is. And the only kind of sweetie that I know of my generation is like a blackjack. So I don't know whether it's that, and I'm being told it's not that, but it's almost like a very, very dark, almost black caramel. It would have been something from childhood, I'm being told. Okay. Um, oh, right. Okay. I'm also being told, would you have a memory of a lady cooking something similar? And it would have been burnt, but she wouldn't have thrown it out. She'd have put it in the tin, let it cool down, cracked it all up, and then gave it to the kids. So it was like burnt caramel and toffees because she wouldn't waste anything. She's that's lovely. That good old fashioned bacon and what have you as we do. So can I leave his love with you, my love? Okay, Tony, great question. Thank you very much for letting me connect with him. Okay, and the best of luck with that situation that they want you to deal with. But just go back to that marketing side of things. I feel like you need to kind of like do a whole new advert. Okay, don't just turn out the same thing all the time. Just liven up a bit. I want to say. Okay. Um, and put the right energy into it. It's not that you're not putting the right energy into it. I want to say that. I just feel if you look at it from another perspective, a new perspective, I feel it's going to draw in the right people towards you. Okay. I nearly burnt trying to make right. Okay. So maybe that's what it is in relation to why he's telling me about toffee, because it did feel like a memory. So that's a lovely memory just to let you know he's very close to you. Okay. So thank you very much, Tony, and thanks very much for supporting the channel because I know you're very much a regular as well, as many other people are. Okay, please take his love. I'm going to move on to the next person. Okay, next question or reading, depending on if we've got a question or not. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness! Right, Penny Amphlett. Right, spiritual guidance, please. Oh, such a broad topic. Lovely. Thanks for that, Richard. Um, Penny, can I ask you to just give me a little bit more than spiritual guidance? Are you asking for spiritual guidance as in a reading? Because I feel like that's what you're asking for. I don't feel you're actually asking that as a question. Okay. I am drawn to you anyway, so you will get a reading. But spiritual guidance. Okay, let me just ask somebody to come forward properly. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so I am being told, I feel like somebody's coming in for you, but from my point of view, I'm going to start off from my point of view. I feel like you're almost at a point similar to the other lady who wants to move from her business into a more holistic spiritual business and actually make that her, main source of income. I feel like there's a move and almost like a crossroads in front of you, and it's like, well, I've got all these options, and I feel like there's three when I say that, and it's almost like, do I take that one, or do I take that one, or do I go there? I want you to just step back a little bit. I am being told to tell you by a lady that wants to step in to write a pros and cons list for each opportunity. Would you understand somebody? I feel that's very, very particular and would have done this kind of thing like writing lists, pros, cons, would never, I don't feel she would have ever made a decision instinctively like that. She would have kind of stepped back a little bit energetically and just kind of like, sat with the energy of it and then decided and came to the correct decision in time. Okay. I want to say that to you. And I want to say that this, I feel like this is more a friend that's passed over. I don't feel that this is family because I feel like I'm further out on your peripheral. Would you understand the lady? I want to say, I mean, how can I put that? I don't want to say that. Um, she would have been like a medium built lady, okay? Um, and she would have liked kind of doing a lot of girly things. Sorry? Okay. Can you respond to me, Penny, if you're still with me? Okay, because I am giving you a reading as well, okay? If possible. I feel like the lady would have been like a friend from the energy that's coming in, but I also feel with that you would have done things together in relation to kind of like the girly things, having a natter. I'm getting like painting nails, all that sort of stuff, and you would have. I feel like she would have been a bit of a confidant as well at times, and I feel also when I'm saying that, would you understand? I feel like it's almost like you confide in somebody here, okay, but you're not fully trusting and confiding 100% with somebody that's here on the earth plane, like you would have done with this lady. So it's almost like you need this lady back in your life because she was like, I want to say like pillar of strength, and she would never have betrayed your trust. And I feel like you're a little bit hesitant about the people that you trust in your life at the moment. I don't know why that's coming through, but I do feel that. Okay, so maybe just look into that a little bit for me, okay, and hopefully you understand that. Thinking of a go, yeah, okay. So, and okay, would you understand the name Trevor around you? And I don't feel that this is family, but I feel it's kind of like on your peripheral. Sometimes when I get a name, it just comes in as validation, or it could be the fact sometimes I say as well is if you can take the name, maybe it's either sending a thought to them or picking up the phone and having a chat and just checking in with them. Okay. So hopefully you'd be able to understand that. Okay. Um, okay. But what else, Lovey? Okay. Okay. Would you understand why I'm wanting to bring forward a pair of shoes that I want to say they were bought online. I don't know whether this is you or not, but I want to say a pair of shoes have been bought online recently. Okay, they've come and they're a little bit tight and pinching in the foot. And she's saying she would have been around you um, at this point, and she was having a right chuckle because you almost like Cinderella, not Cinderella, like Cinderella's sisters, in it. They were trying to like shove their feet into the slipper, and it wasn't quite fitting. Okay. So I get that. So I'm also getting that life's a little bit of a struggle with you. You're not sure of a Trevor. Used to work with a Trevor. Well, it's just a name that's coming forward. Okay, so maybe as I said, maybe if you can contact that person or whatever, or just send out some healing with that regards to that or whatever. Because sometimes names just fly in. Okay. Let me just find out what else she's bringing. Would you understand the slip at the foot thing with the footwear, please, as well? I do feel that this is either with you or around you. Okay, somebody's having a laugh about trying to get their feet into um, like a pair of shoes or something like that that are a little bit too tight. It's almost like they're a size wrong, and I want to say it's almost like a half size. So it's like in between the two sizes. Okay. Um, okay. Would you understand why I want to bring you forward a flapjack as well, please? So I feel like that's when they give me stuff like that. I always want to say, kind of like, if you can't take the flapjack on its own and understand that, I want to say it's almost like we need to be changing some of the things that we eat, okay, in order to have a slightly more balanced diet, okay, on on a kind of more healthier scale. So I don't know whether that applies or whether you can take the flapjack. Okay, right, lovely. This tight fitting shoes, lovely. Yeah. So she's very much around you and just laughing and giggling. So that's probably why she's bringing that forward for you as well, just to kind of boost your energies and what have you. She's a lovely lady, but she's a little bit hesitant to give me kind of like a lot of information. I think it's just more about knowing that she is always with you, even although she's on the other side, because you don't have that confidant here as much as she would have been the confidant going back. Okay. My feet smell struggling to get into shoes. Right. Okay. So maybe that's why it is as well then. Lovely. Okay. As long as you can take the information, that's great. Okay. Not sure about the flapjack. Well, would you understand that you need to swap out a few things that are not good for you dietary wise, and you need to be having a little bit more of a healthier diet, okay? And I want to say chocolate, like almost swapping out a chocolate bar for a flapjack, because it's obviously like oats and honey and things like that. So just kind of making mindful changes. That's interesting because just I've got that. I'm being told that you need to make a mindful change in relation to something in your personal life. I am not going to open that up, but I am going to leave you with that. No, I'm not. She's given me something. Hold on. Would you understand why I'm bringing forward? What's that? Okay. Would you understand something to do with a carousel? Yeah, maybe I'm vegan. I don't eat a lot. I can have oat milk, makes me poorly. Right, okay. Okay. I thought it was a flapjack, but I feel it's something similar to that. So, you know, if I've got that wrong, I apologize. But I do feel it's like more healthier eating or whatever, and you're vegan, so you do have pretty a good diet. Or maybe it's just looking at a substitute of oat for some reason I'm getting, because you're saying that you can't have the oat milk. Okay, interesting. I want to give you a carousel. So I don't know whether that's a memory. I don't feel it is, but right, okay. Would you understand that there's a situation around you and it's almost like you're going round and round and round, and then a bit like you get off like the dodgem, not the dodgems, what do you call them? The waltzer. A bit like that, and you're a bit kind of like lightheaded and a bit kind of up there, and you need to kind of like be down here a little bit in order to sort something out that needs your attention on a personal level, I'm being told. Okay. Okay. Thank you, lovey. And would you understand why I want to bring forward the colour burgundy for you? So I don't know whether that's to do with the lady or whether it's a colour that you like or whatever, but I've got to give you burgundy for some reason. And I am going to let this spirit go. And please take her love and know that she's very much around you and having a right good laugh at the shoe incident. Okay. And yeah, please take her love and good luck with your spiritual journey. I feel like if you just take the time out, okay, and just sit in the silence. I need to say this before I leave you. Just sit in the silence for a few minutes every day. Build on that if you don't already do it. And I feel like you're going to be told your own guidance, almost like it's coming from your higher self, okay? And you're most welcome, Penny. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and thank you for joining us for your question, and let me link with Spirit for you, okay? All right. Oof. Okay, so we have a technical issue on Facebook, guys. Richard's just informed me all the comments are not coming through properly. So YouTube is fine. So I know it might be an inconvenience, but if you want to flip between Facebook and YouTube so that your question gets answered or you get the chance to get a reading, that would be lovely. Okay. And I've only got about 10 minutes, so probably two readings. Okay. Marion Thomas. Okay, that is a lovely picture of you. I love the smile. Lovely set of pearly whites, I have to say. I would like to know if furthering my education would benefit my professional career. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. I am getting this sense. Would you understand why I want to say to you that there is another opportunity that doesn't involve further education, but would offer promotion? But I feel like this is a bit of a sidestep, okay? So it's almost like whatever you do for a living, I feel like there's another opportunity in a slightly different area of the business that you would be able to sidestep into in order to get a promotion, more money, better lifestyle balance with that. Okay, thank you, sir. It's a gentleman that's stepping forward. Okay, but I also want to say to you, with this, it's up to you because I'm being told it's your choice. Either's going to work for you, and it is a gentleman that's stepping forward. I want to say an uncle, okay, and I want to put this gentleman around 58, 59-ish. It would have been a sudden passing, unexpected from what he's telling me. Okay. He would have had not major issues with his legs, but I feel like he would have had some sort of mobility issue with his legs because I'm being constantly kind of like drawn to my legs here. Okay. Okay, what's that, please? Would you understand something along the lines of I don't know whether I'll say this right, neuropathy, which I believe is some sort of like nerve pain going down the lower half of his body. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I want to bring forward a white rose here, okay? But I want to say to you, just on the edge of the petals here, and I'm being told to give you this specifically, you would understand almost like a very, very slight pink tinge to it. Okay? It's my sorry, I missed the other comment. It is an anniversary of my uncle's passing. Oh, lovely. In a sense that he's come forward for you, but it's not always great that it's to do with the passing. So please take his love. That's absolutely fantastic that he's coming forward. Trying to join up the dots with my dream and my career. Ah, right. Okay. Okay. Brother had new. Ah, lovely. Okay, so I've got that right as well. Yeah. Okay, so I got the age wrong. Okay, I felt he was slightly older, but do apologise for that. Okay. But just with regards to the gentleman coming forward, okay, I want to say to you, would you understand? Okay. Okay. Would you understand? There's been like a technical issue with I want to say a dashboard, almost like Spirit are playing fun and games, like putting lights on your dashboard in your car or something like that. I'm being drawn to a dashboard. And there's nothing wrong with your car because it's almost like they're just like blinking in a light and you think, oh, I need to go and get that sorted. But then as you start driving, the lights are going off, but then they're doing it when you're driving as well. So I feel like this gentleman's he's just trying to get your attention with regards to a few things here. Okay, I'm going to go back into the career side of things with him because he does want to talk about that. Okay, and I feel like with regards to how he's coming forward with this, you would understand that he's saying to me that you're a very well balanced lady, but you also just need to take a step back and look at the other options that are available to you. Okay. Because as much as there is the higher education route in order to progress up the ladder, there is actually that other route, and he's saying to me maybe the other route is actually better. It may take you slightly longer to get to where you want to be. And I feel it's quite high up in an organization you want to go, actually. Like, you know, kind of board, almost like board level, or something like that, really high up. But this vocational, that's the word I wanted. The vocational route without the higher education may take you slightly longer, but actually you'll be earning more money in the short term, yeah? You'll have better lifestyle, better well-being, and actually that is the better choice for you to actually then align further on in order for you to get the position that you actually want going forward. Okay. Would you understand why I want to give you a hot cross bun as well? For some reason, that's just literally just come from nowhere. Okay. So maybe something around Easter, or maybe the person liked, okay, I've been needing to pump up my tire for about a week, but there's no puncture. Okay, I'll take that because you get the warning light on the dashboard for that. That's funny, actually. I got that the other day. Wow, yeah, this makes sense. Oh no, that's just what we do, Marion. Okay, so I want to say to you, okay, before I definitely leave you, because I do want to give somebody else another reading before we end this evening, okay? Ask this gentleman to step forward, okay? Just sit in the blending with him. And I feel like he's going to give you additional information that is a little bit more private, that he's not giving me here while I'm reading for you, okay? And he's going to help guide you going forward. But watch out for like a nice warm sensation on your left shoulder. Kind of like on, I want to kind of go just to the nape of the neck here, okay? It's like a lovely warm sensation that comes in, okay? And a slight tingling with that. Sorry, he is saying to me, this is how he comes in around you. Would you understand him tripping over his words? Because I seem to be tripping over my words during this message as well, which is interesting. But so I don't know whether that's to do with him, but somebody trips over their words, okay? So I feel like somebody needs to slow down, think things through, and have a slightly slower and better, well-rounded conversation with somebody, I want to say. So there's a conversation that needs to happen, okay, before I leave you. Okay, I always feel that someone is there on the hand and shoulder. Lovely, and I do believe that that's him because obviously you're just confirming it, and he's just come in straight away to me even further. Okay, so please take the love of your uncle here, and it was a pleasure to bring him through, especially on an anniversary. All right. Hopefully the information that came through, spirit and non-spirit, in relation to your career, good luck and all the best for the future. Okay. Thank you very much for your question, Marion. All right. Have a good evening and thanks for joining us. All right. Okay. Who's next? Sorry. Yeah, I'll do a quick one because I just said I'll do one more. Okay. Thank you, Richard. Okay, Lisa Bennett. Okay. Really could do with guidance about my partner and if he'll be in work soon. Hopefully you will be drawn to me. Okay. Well, You've come up, Lisa. So drawing or not drawing. Okay, let's just see what's happening here. Oh. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I want to say here with regards to work, okay, would you understand your partner? I'm assuming it is the gentleman in the picture, okay? Would you understand that there is, how can I say this? Right, okay. So there's two people stepping forward for you, okay? I do feel that they were married. I want to go to grandparents, okay? Gran and granddad here, okay? Okay. I want to say just with regards to the partner and the energy that I'm sensing around that, okay? I want to say, but just quickly, that we need to be broadening your scope of the work that you do. Does that make sense? I feel we're very narrow in what we want to do, but actually you've got more skills than what you realize. And actually there is another opportunity that is not so different from what you are skilled at doing. And it's almost like, I don't want to say a sidestep, but I want to say it has similarities. So your skill set would be able to be moved into that. Does that make sense? And would you understand that? Okay. I do want to just bring in the lady and the gentleman, okay? Because we've only got a few minutes. Okay. So just around this, would you understand why I want to come to a child around you? And there's concern around a child, and I do feel that this is to do with a young boy. When I say young, I feel under 16. Okay, I'm not sure on the age. They're not. I'm not given that, but I want to go to a male. Okay, and I feel like there are a few concerns over kind of behavior and I'm going to just say attitude. Would you understand that? Which is why the lady's coming for. Right, okay, you have told him this. He does need to look at that. Okay. I feel like the focus is way too narrow. And I feel like he's quite a very well skilled gentleman and in his trade or whatever. So I feel like I've just said trade, so he must be a tradesman of some sort. Okay. So I feel like he can do that and actually like I almost feel like seasonal work now that I've said that. So almost like flipping like what he does in summer, and then when things kind of dry up in that, almost like flipping it and doing other things in the winter. So almost okay. I'm getting gardening and wallpapering. So I feel like obviously seasonal gardening, that kind of thing, or whatever. But then I'm getting like working indoors in the in the winter months. Okay. And I feel like that's going to give you a really, really good income here, actually. I mean, yeah, that's interesting. It just showed me that. Um, I feel like, and if it's not quite that, but I feel like he needs to kind of alternate between two different things, and it would be seasonal. Okay, you can take the young boy. Okay, I knew it was he was younger than 16. Okay, I just want to say, would you understand that there needs to be a conversation with the gentleman? Okay, and I do feel that this shouldn't be mum and dad. I feel like it's somebody else in the family that the young gentleman kind of responds to, possibly has a better relationship with, or at the very least, listens to this person, okay, and really takes notice of what this person says. I do want to say this as you, Lisa, actually, when I'm saying this, okay. It's almost like you're the person that just needs to have that chat with them in order to kind of bring him, I don't want to say alignment, but back on track with regards to his attitude and whatever's going on around him. Okay. I'm going to quickly ask the ladies to just come in and give you something before we finish this evening. Okay. All right. So the ladies just put a gold chain around me, and there's some sort of like I don't want to say medallion, but there's some sort of piece of jewellery attached to it. Okay. I'm being told she would have left it. Okay. And the gentleman stepping forward as well. And I want to say, with regards to him, would you understand? Okay. Would you understand a wedding ring being left as well? I don't know. I feel like this is the gentleman's wedding ring. So somebody's got that because that's come in when he stepped forward. Okay. But I also, do you understand a separation of some sort going on around you as well? Because just as that wedding ring's come in, I feel like I mean, I don't wear my wedding ring anymore. I'm divorced, but I feel like there's a separation happening. Okay, so he would listen to you. That's fantastic. I do feel like that's why that message has come forward for you, Lisa. Okay, and with regards to the work of your husband partner, definitely look at a slightly wider variety of options. Okay, but do you understand the wedding ring Fantastic. That's lovely. I'm going to end it there because we've gone slightly over. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me once again. I do apologize about obviously the lateness of the show this evening. There have been several technical issues, but we always get them sorted in the end. Okay. So please take our love from the channel, all of us. Have a good week. I'll see you in a fortnight. Good night. God bless. Take care. And if you need to reach out to me, Jordan Richards on Facebook or jordanrichards.com. Okay? Love and light to you all, people. Spread the love. Good night. God bless.